Ganda na sinabol.
Nagpilit ka lang. Kanina pa kaya nakaalis yun.
Kasawa ng mga GT kasi namin. Ano yung research project natin?
Tulad sa kumala lang sa mga sa university.
Sabi niya semesters na lang.
Mas parang nagmamadali na ako eh. Ingat ka.
Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Paulo and welcome to the first part of Not Just Bad at Math, wherein we will discuss about a learning disability known as dyscalculia. For this video, we will be discussing what dyscalculia is and its causes and symptoms. Without further ado, let's proceed. Lots of kids struggle with math, but for some, the problems may go beyond slight frustration. A child may have a learning disability known as dyscalculia if their math difficulties are severe and persistent. So what exactly is dyscalculia? Dyscalculia is a distinct and enduring problem with number literacy that can cause a wide range of problems in mathematics. It is a learning disorder that impairs a person's capacity to comprehend math and material with a numerical concept. People with this disability have difficulty with math and numbers because their brains don't process math-related ideas like numbers, arithmetic facts, computation, and math reasoning like those of without this condition. Anyone can develop dyscalculia. However, it frequently becomes noticeable during the child's first few years of elementary school, specifically in between ages 6 and 9. Now that we know what dyscalculia is, let's move on to its causes. Researchers are uncertain of the specific cause of dyscalculia. However, they think it's caused, at least in part, by variations in the way the brain is wired and operates. Although the precise cause of the disorder has not been determined, researchers think that dyscalculia may have two possible causes. The first one is genes and heredity. Dyscalculia tends to run in families. Research shows that genetics may also play a part in problems with math. The next one is brain development. Brain imaging studies have shown some differences between people with and without dyscalculia. The differences have to do with how the brain is structured and how it functions in areas that are linked to learning skills. We have identified the causes of dyscalculia. Now let's talk about how you would know if a child has this disorder. It is important to note that this goes way beyond just struggling math. A young child with dyscalculia may have difficulty recognizing numbers, be delayed in learning to count, struggle to connect numerical symbols with their corresponding words, have difficulty recognizing patterns and placing things in order, and lose track when counting. And as math becomes a major part of a school day, kids with dyscalculia are likely to have significant difficulty learning basic math functions like addition and subtraction, and even the multiplication table. They will be unable to grasp the concepts behind word problems and non-numerical math calculations. Lastly, they will struggle to process visual spatial ideas like graphs and charts. The impact of dyscalculia doesn't stop when math class ends. The disorder can also affect kids outside of school. Children with dyscalculia also have trouble remembering numbers such as zip codes, phone numbers, or game scores. They may also struggle with money matters such as making change, counting bills, calculating a tip, splitting a check, or estimating how much will something cost. And lastly, they may also struggle to remember directions such as left and right.
Hello everyone, my name is Sophia and welcome back to our channel. So for today's video, we're going to be discussing more about dyscalculia. This is the part 2 of Sean's video. So without further ado, let's get started. For children with dyscalculia can be treated since their brains are still developing. They can learn the necessary skills and acquire the capacities to cope with this disease. The most common method of treatment is one-on-one learning programs. Programs are symptom-specific and concentrate on a child's main areas of difficulty. Additionally, therapy should begin as soon as possible. Children have a higher chance of adapting to this disease and lessening its effects the earlier treatment begins. For adults, adult dyscalculia is not thought to be treated unless it is required. They are less likely to benefit from treatments like learning programs because their brains are fully developed. So the emphasis is on leveraging technology or other strategies to assist adults in making up for their dyscalculia. The condition of acquired dyscalculia may be treated. Underlying etiology is one of many variables that affect the treatments that are available. So more information about available treatments and which ones your doctor recommends for your condition can be obtained from them. Now, how do I take care of myself or manage the symptoms? It is impossible to self-diagnose or treat dyscalculia. In order to detect and treat this problem in children as soon as possible, it's crucial that they visit a healthcare professional. Treatment programs are less likely to be helpful if you wait. Adults with dyscalculia cannot receive direct treatment for the disorder. Their primary goal is to make up for the dysfunction. This is where technology and other tools like smartphone apps may help. A healthcare professional may suggest particular apps or technologies that can be useful. A healthcare professional can also suggest potential therapies or techniques to assist a person. In supporting children with dyscalculia, number one is we should look for resources. Insight and direction on other materials that can be helpful may be available from education and healthcare professionals. We should use their knowledge to our child's advantage. Number two is we should find what works, then apply it. A child with dyscalculia may benefit from any number of techniques and methods. The use of games, music, or other techniques helps certain kids. We should utilize everything and discover what is effective. That will assist our children in learning in a method that is effective for them. Number three is be understanding. Children who have dyscalculia have a known condition that interferes with their ability to perform math like children who don't have it. They cannot help this, but they can learn to deal with it. If they feel like someone is supporting them along the road as they learn to overcome it, they are more likely to be successful. And lastly, we should show patience and encouragement. It's critical to provide young people who struggle with this problem with assistance and encouragement. Without that help, children are more likely to deal with low self-esteem and anxiety or even sadness that is associated with them. Lastly is we should show patience and encouragement. It's critical to provide young people who struggle with this problem with assistance and encouragement. Without that help, children are more likely to deal with low self-esteem difficulties and anxiety or even sadness. Children are more likely to succeed and learn how to deal with their illness, preventing it from limiting them in the future if they receive proper encouragement. Thumbs up our video. Thank you so much for watching. We should always remember that each one is different, each one is special, and each one is beautiful. Don't forget to click the notification down below and subscribe to our channel.
Hello, my name is Eunice and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a psych major and I will be discussing what apraxia of speech is all about and a brief summary of what it is. A person with apraxia of speech has the ability to communicate verbally, but they have improper communication between their brain and their mouth muscles. The condition known as childhood apraxia of speech can be inherited or acquired following a stroke or a traumatic brain injury or tumor, and it can be quite difficult for those who have this condition. Now, on the childhood apraxia of speech, there isn't any conclusive data on the prevalence of childhood apraxia of speech, although it is thought that 1 in 1,000 kids have them, and the symptoms can resemble those of other speech-related illnesses. Speech apraxia can have an impact on many areas of a person's life, because being able to communicate effectively is a skill that is required for everyone in order for them to, move on in life and express their needs and thoughts and build relationships. Having apraxia produces inconsistent errors in speech, distorted sounds, groping for sounds, trouble with speech intonation and rhythm, trouble with volitional movements, and trouble with non-speech tasks. Now, people with apraxia may pronounce the same word differently each time they say it. They distort their sounds, groan for noises, or even struggle with speech intonation and rhythm. And sometimes they can even speak monotonously and omit syllables in certain words. Additionally, people with apraxia could find it simpler to move their mouths for non-speaking activities, but finding it challenging to elevate their tongue for some speech sound. Now, fortunately, there is hope. The good news is that apraxia can be effectively treated with speech therapy, but a speech therapist can't always foresee how much development a patient may experience. Every person's therapy goals, progress, and outcomes are unique. They are a case-to-case basis, just like their apraxia symptoms. And that is all for today.
Despite Wayne's hectic schedule, he was able to submit his final paper. Eventually, he became a doctor in the future, specializing with exceptional children, specifically on apraxia of speech and dyscalculia. His hard work paid off, and he is able to help those who need it.
Afternoon po, Doc. Gusto ko po malaman ano na po naging yung resulta ng aking pong anak kasi nag-aalala din po ako, parang natagalan din po yung assessment sa kanya.
So yun nga, Mrs. Sabi nyo nga, medyo madami din kasi kaming ginawang mga test at assessment sa anak nyo. Ngayon, bibigyan ko kayo ng referral letter sa isang speech therapist dahil nabanggit nyo nga din, tapos naobserbahan din namin sa mga assessment na medyo nahihirapan makapagsalita talaga yung anak niyo. So nahihirapan siya makipag-communicate, hindi lang sa inyo, kundi sa amin din, tsaka sa mga ibang mga tao. Ngayon, bibigyan din namin siya ng referral sa isang special education program dahil napansin din namin na medyo nahihirapan siya umintindi sa mga numero, sa mga math, and kahit yung simpleng pagbilang, nahihirapan na siya. Ngayon, huwag kayong mag-alala kasi alam ko na siguro nag-aalala kayo dahil yun nga, baka mahirapan yung anak niyo sa future, sa kanyang edukasyon. Pero meron naman tayong tulong na maibibigay sa kanya.